Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our final campus connection of the spring 2020 semester. Woohoo!
Everybody.
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
As you see, we have a special guest with us today, Terri Al'Hadi, who is a graduate of our MSW program, class of 2019, so just 1 year ago. She was in the same place that our upcoming graduates are in right now. So we are going to chat with her a little bit. So Terri, how are you doing? How are things?
Things are going quite well. Since
Just
I
like everybody
graduated.
else these days, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really have to hand it off to the 2020 graduates actually, because they've been dealing with a lot these past couple of weeks, maybe 6 or 8 weeks now. We've been in this pandemic. So kudos to you guys for braving through and finishing the semester.
Yeah, for sure. It's been different for them than it was for you. I knew that. Can you tell us a little bit just kind of about life after graduation, what you've been doing, how you've kind of found your degree and your education to have kind of impacted what you've been doing since?
So one of the things is I immediately started working, which was awesome. I was already I was in a social work coordinator role, and I received a promotion once I got my MSW. So that was great. So like within a few months of graduating, I was a social worker at the MSW level, with my own clinic, own clinic responsibilities and patients. So the transition was, a little bit of a learning curve still, although I had been in that role. But I think, I had to attribute a lot of my education played a huge role in me being able to jump right in and start seeing patients. So it was awesome.
That's great. So it seems like you're kind of just taking things to the next level.
The next level,
which is typically, I mean, was that kind of your intention in getting the graduate degree to begin with? You were already in the field looking to kind
of yep, I was already in the field, and I knew that I wanted to get a master's in social work. So in Westchester Private was my first choice, because of the location, and because of the class sizes. The Philly campus, I thought, was like a great fit for me. And I still see and network with a lot of my now colleagues or peers, even in our work now today.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah. So, I'm sure just like everybody else, you've had to make some adjustments and be flexible during this time as we're dealing with the pandemic. And in social work, that's a challenging field to begin with. And then when you're kind of having to find new ways to do things, I'm sure there's extra challenges in that. So can you just talk a little bit about kind of how things have changed for you recently, how you've adjusted to this new normal, as everyone's saying, and how you managed to incorporate self-care in your life still and stay positive through it?
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
We want to hear the good stuff. Like how are you getting through is what we want to know. Some inspiration.
Yeah. Well, I feel so our work, so we had the option of, or not option, eventually it became, we did this alternative work, what is it called? Alternative work assignments. So you have the ability to work from home. And we recently started like telehealth visits with some of our patients. The first 2 weeks of the pandemic, I have to say, like everyone was trying to like figure out like what do we do, or how can we still make sure that our patients and families are safe and that they have what they need. We probably won't be seeing them in the office. So it was a lot of kind of like figuring that out. And I joke around about like, so some of those patients that were like maybe lost the follow-up, now everyone's home, so you're able to you're able to connect with them. So that was like a positive. But we've been just like taking it week by week, figuring out how we should do this. And I think the most important thing is to those patients who or families that you have a rapport with, keeping that up, and those patients that you haven't been able to connect to, just trying to do that. A little bit of self-care. What we've been doing is trying to get out and maybe going for a walk. Me and my daughters will go to like Valley Green and take a walk, stop at the, like the little waterfall and just talk a little bit, just to get out of the house. Nothing's open but Target. So we've been shopping online and making little trips to Target every once in a while. But for the most part, we've been staying in and it's kind of like a blessing and a curse, I think, because it's allowed us all to like kind of like pause, and spend more time with our families that we haven't been able to do, because of all of these competing priorities like work and school and trying to, maintain everything. So at least now we're home. I always thought my dream job was to work from home until you start working from home and everyone's home. So it's
Right.
a little bit of a challenge.
That's the big difference, I think, right? Like if you're like regularly working from home, hopefully you're the only one there, you have more quiet. It's like now everybody's around. So working from home looks a little different.
Yeah, you're playing like musical Office. Like, where am I going to set up today?
Yeah, Kelly knows about it.
Absolutely. Every day I'm in a different room.
Right. Yeah. Change the scenery a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard with other people in the house. Like I have a separate office, room, but my house is not that big. So if my 3-year-old's having a tantrum or the dogs are barking or whatever, and I'm on a Zoom call, you're gonna know it.
Yeah, right. But, and I mean, and that's one of the things too that we were thinking about, like with some of the families that we're seeing, just being mindful of that, because they're in their space, and they, you may be talking to the mom for the 7-year-old, but they still have the 3-year-old that's like, excuse me, it's time for my lunch, So it's I'm trying to juggle all of that.
Yeah, I think this situation definitely requires flexibility and understanding and compassion and all those things for each other, for ourselves, all of that. Yeah.
All of our social work skills.
Yeah, there you go. See, you didn't even know you were training for this exact moment for a pandemic. Who knew?
Who knew?
Certainly comes in handy though.
Yes.
So as we're, looking back just a year ago, you were graduating, and now we have our next graduating class. Do you have any words, either of advice, of congratulations, anything you want to say to the class of 2020?
I applaud you guys, as I did in the beginning, for like really braving through. Trust me, you have all that you need. I know you may think that you don't, some of us. Are we really prepared? And you are. When you have questions, ask them. Continue your learning even beyond school. If you can take CEUs for things, if you can take some kind of not get or if you want to get another degree, but continue your learning, connect with your communities, continue self-care because it's so important. I think this pandemic has really taught us that we really need to like take extra care of ourselves. So make sure you're doing that.
That's excellent advice for our graduating class. Thank you, Terri.
You're welcome.
And we so appreciate you joining us. It's always nice to see you. And Terri will be keeping in contact with us and participating in our Student and Community Engagement Committee, right, Terri?
Yes.
So we'll be seeing you again. Anybody who's on that committee with us, we'll see more of Terri. We will, I think, be resuming that in the fall, right, Ben? We don't typically meet in the summer, but we'll keep in touch and we'll see you there in the fall. Is there anything else that you wanted to say before we just wrap up with a couple of things?
I want to say congratulations to Dr. Akbar for her recent promotion. Very well deserved. Awesome professor. And if any of the Westchester professors from Philly campus are watching or watch this, I miss you guys. Thank you so much for all your understanding for us adult learners. Really appreciate it. And I miss everybody.
That's great. Well, this will be out in tomorrow's weekly announcements as well as on Facebook. So hopefully everyone will see it. I'll make sure we put a special note in there so our faculty will watch as well.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Terri.
you.
So you can hang out with us. So we're just going to wrap up with a couple things before we end here. So the only thing that I just wanted to mention, I sent out an email this morning to our students who are about to graduate. The Philadelphia Inquirer is looking for stories from the class of 2020 about overcoming adversity. I know our students, have overcome a lot of things, and we have some really inspirational stories on the Philadelphia campus. So I encourage our graduates to submit their story. Information is in the email I sent as far as how to submit that story, and it's due May 11th on Monday. So make sure you take a look at that. It'll be in tomorrow's announcements as well. And other than that, the only thing I had to say was congratulations to everyone who survived the semester, not just the graduates, everybody. You did it, you made it, you're here. This is the end, the light at the end of the tunnel. So take a deep breath and smile real big because you're here.
Yes.
All right, Ben and Kelly, either of you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'll start. First, I'll say thank you, Terri, for definitely coming in and giving us some great information about the MSW program and life after MSW. So we appreciate that. Let's start with a happy Nurses Week. Let's definitely give a tremendous shout out and thank you to all our essential workers and nurses. Our campus is filled with essential workers, from teachers to social workers and absolutely our nurses. So all of you, we appreciate you. We're here for you. You've got this, and we're here to support you. In the case that you are interested in learning more about our phenomenal programs, definitely contact me at Kelly Smack. I'm the Assistant Director for Recruitment in Philadelphia. But also we're having upcoming information sessions. So our next upcoming virtual information session will be on May 20th. So please check our website for that information, and also check here on our social media, Facebook and Instagram. That's it.
I just have a couple things. First, I want to say that we will be hiring a new group of graduate assistants in the Student Success Center. And so those hirings are going to happen soon. So the position will be up on our Career Development Center website by the end of the month, by the end of May. So if you're thinking about applying to be a grad assistant next year in the Success Center, which will be a really vital role for our campus supporting students, especially with the changes that might be happening. We don't really know what the semester will look like in the fall and how classes will be delivered. So you'll be an important part of how we support students at our campus. So if you're thinking about that and would like that opportunity, let me know. Contact me and I can make sure that you see that position description. Another thing I want to mention is that we definitely will be looking for more feedback from students and from anyone in our campus community about how we can share these weekly kind of check-ins on Zoom. We've sort of been throwing darts at a wall, I guess you could say, this semester, trying to figure out how this should work and how it should look. We're really blessed to have special guests like Terri coming on to these chats and providing some guidance and some perspective. And we want to continue something like that over the summer and into the fall, but we need your help. So if you have any suggestions for us or guidance on how we can make this something that's effective for you and informative and beneficial, let us know. So I think that was it. Yeah, thanks, Terri, so much for being here today. Really appreciated hearing from you and seeing you. So I'm glad you're doing well.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me. This was great.
Yes.
Anything for Westchester students?
Oh, we love it. Love it. And we are working, Terri, to enhance our alumni network and involvement. So stay tuned for more information on that. We definitely want to build that connection more than we have so far. So, and we are grateful to have alumni like you and like Hank, who was on last week's Campus Connection, that are, that have expressed interest in staying connected and working with our students. So So that's it for Campus Connection this week and this semester. Congratulations again to the class of 2020 and to everyone who overcame the challenges that this semester presented. You persevered, you did it, and and hope you enjoy a little bit of a break. Do something fun, relaxing, and celebrate.
Yes, you guys definitely have a story to tell.
That's right. That is right. That's right. All right,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
Thank you
Congrats, class of
all.
2020.
Bye.
Bye.